Hello, Kendall from Reddit Whiskey with a recap of my second attack from this war, and this base is obviously a trickier base than the first attack, um, and the biggest reason being that there's actually double giant bomb sets or potential double giant bomb sets in this base, and the obvious ones are right there. Again, there could have been double giant bombs right here in the core. That wouldn't have made any sense though because of the way the pathing would have worked. Hogs would have went right around them. Yeah, maybe on cleanup at the very end you get hogs to jump in and set them off, but that's not a good base design anyway. So my guess were there were Teslas in the two blue areas. We had quad Teslas. So looking at this base, one thing that I didn't have to do on the last attack that I have to do in this one is I have to deal with at least one of these giant bomb sets early on in the raid. I picked to deal with this one down here because I was going to use my kill squad up here at the top to take care of this one. And to be more accurate, my Golem and Barbarian King to take care of this one. So, looking down here, what my plan was that I wanted to get this defense and this defense taken out with the idea that the hogs will be kind of sitting. I wanted to get the archer tower out first, cannon second, so the hogs would kind of be sitting right here on this side of the cannon. So the next closest defense was to be able to jump in here to the expo, because if you're looking, they're kind of sitting here at the middle, or even kind of at the left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get to there. To get to the wizard tower, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it's a little bit farther away. And plus, they don't like to run diagonal. A lot of times they jump over walls instead of a straight diagonal. And then I think you've got it almost similar to get to this mortar. The mortar might actually be just a little bit closer, but they should path over this even if they're going to the mortar, because I think that's the closer path than going up this direction. So, that was the plan initially. The way I wanted to do that was I was going to send in one giant to tank, because a giant has more health than a hog. And then from there I was going to drop 5 hogs right like that. And then those 5 hogs should take out that, should jump in, and then that also should give me my clan castle pull. I got a little anxious when I was doing this, and I ended up sending in some extra hogs on this cannon because I was worried they weren't going to go down on time, but it ended up working out all right. So that kind of got this. I can't remember if I got both of the giant bombs popped or just one of them, but as long as you get one of them taken care of, you can heal through the second one. So from there, what I was going to do was I was going to use 2 balloons, because you can see this cannon is not well protected. So 2 balloons are going to take this cannon out. So I was going to drop 2 balloons down this direction, and that was going to get me my clan castle pull started up this direction, get this cannon taken care of, so I could do my kill squad at the top, and the kill squad would be safe. From there, the plan was I was going to send a golem in this direction, followed by wall breakers to take this corner out. I was going to drop a wizard here to break the trash ring, and then I was going to send my Barbarian King in. And you're going to see I screw this up. I did this raid late at night, and I probably should have waited in the morning. But somehow this all ends up working all right. We'll watch it on the replay. And then I had a plan for, because this Archer Queen, where she could have been in this compartment, this compartment, this compartment. She might even be able to be all the way in here. So my goal was I was going to kind of have a jump. That was kind of poorly placed. That would have given my Golem the ability to jump into here to the Expo, and my Barbarian King access to almost all of the rest of these compartments. So from there, I was going to do, we'll zoom this back out a little bit. From there, I was going to do a 2-finger drop in the hogs, and I was basically going to send them all in, kind of like this, with the idea that they would path through the base this direction, and then kind of looking at places that I was going to need to heal. I was only going to have 3, so I was going to have to be a little bit more patient. I wasn't going to use a heal at the beginning on these 3-point defenses, but I was going to save one for here. Sorry, that was a horrible circle. Knowing that there was quad Teslas and potentially a single, let me redraw that actually so it makes some sense. A heal right here, knowing that there was potentially a single giant bomb here, and I was going to have to place that depending on where the giant bomb was. But that would take care of these Teslas. I was going to need another heal probably down here somewhere, and then my final heal I could have saved for up here. So That was kind of the plan of attack. You're going to see my execution was really, really poor, but really in the end, my heroes kind of pulled it off. If I hadn't had level 30 heroes, this probably would have been a 1 or a 2 star. But we'll get into it and see what worked well and what did not. So starting in here, send my single giant in, followed by my 5 hogs. And Archer Tower goes down, and I just get anxious. I'm worried that it's not going to be enough, so I send 2 more hogs in to make sure I get the CC pull. And you're going to see I get both bombs. That works well. I'm looking here, though, I'm worried because they have this huge mismatch of troops, and there's no way I can count to see what we have. So to me, it was worth sending 1 more hog in to make sure I had the full clan castle. I'm glad I did because 1 more balloon came out. So that was an additional hog, but I thought it was well worth the troop space just to make sure I had the full pull. So then I get 2 balloons down, starts dragging everything up. I did have barbarians and balloons in the clan castle, though, so these balloons would not have pulled them. So I went ahead and dropped an archer early to go ahead and start dragging those troops up at the same time as the balloon. And unfortunately, she got shot, but you know that's what I had to do. So I've got the barbarian down to kind of distraction troops, witches down, archer queen down, wizards following that up, and then I've got a couple extra barbarians that kind of to stream through just to kind of keep everything together. Throw my golem, get my wall breakers, and then you see I misplaced this wizard. This wizard should have been on this gold mine. Because that breaks the trash ring because my barbarian can hit this, and then next he's going to bounce into here. So missing on this was actually pretty huge. You're going to see my barbarian king is going on a walkabout. So that really kind of cost me there. Getting a little anxious here. I tried to drop another wizard to break this to send him around, but there's no way that wasn't going to be fast enough. But barbarian king gets in here. I already taken some damage. I try to get the jump, and again, the jump is not where I want it to be. It will definitely get me, though, in this compartment and this compartment over here. I would have been in trouble if the Archer Queen was sitting back here, because the way the jump spell works is you actually stay inside the range of the jump even 1 tile after you walk out of it. It's similar to a rage where you're still under jump. So this actually gets me into this compartment, but I go ahead, I pop the Barbarian King ability here in a second because he's starting to take damage. Was potentially just a little bit early on that, but that's fine. Luckily, he jumps through, pops these giant bombs for me, so that works really well. And then the Archer Queen jumps over and takes care of that. So pop my AQ ability, get the hogs down. You see I'm patient on the first heal. I had both of the giant bombs here, so I can place that heal a little differently because I didn't have to worry about healing this side over here. So I've kind of got them a little bit more in the center. And that's going to keep everything under heal for the Expo and the Teslas. I go ahead, though, get down here. I need to throw a second heal down here because I've got that wizard tower kind of shooting at him, plus the point defenses. And then a Skelly pops, too, so that's even a little bit more. And then from there, I've got, 1 more heal I can kind of throw down here, and I'm more worried about keeping everything alive here than staying alive. And good Lord, I hit a bunch of spring traps. Than staying alive once they get to the Expo, because it's more important for them to survive while I've got a bunch of them to take out these 3 defenses than it is to have the heal on the Expo, as long as I've got a bunch of hogs. So that kind of works out well. I have a couple extra troops that I throw around the back for cleanup, and it wasn't the prettiest of attack, but it was enough to get it done. So we'll kind of speed it up from here. So overall, I kind of liked the plan. I really wish I'd have gotten the trash ring broken and got my Barbarian King in. I think that part of it would have went a whole lot better there, because as long as this Archer Tower and Expo was down, it didn't even matter if I popped those giant bombs or not. But everything worked kind of well, kind of okay, but it probably wouldn't have had I not had as high level heroes as I did. So I hope this helped. If there's any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thank you very much for watching.